One step forward, two steps back. Got that feeling off the track. Yeah, the world keeps spinning crazy, but we got this, it's not hazy. Gotta keep them together now. Yeah, keep them together somehow.
Well, good morning. It's Wednesday. We've just come off the boat. I've Bannockburn. I think I'm at Bannockburn. Heading to Ballarat. Going to make my way to Clunes today, then across to Heathcote. Those of you who remember the cult classic of Mad Max. It's where the toe cutter and his crew pulled up. We're going to go there. Bean squeeze. Bet you some women would love that. A bean squeeze.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your mates.
They're grubs. Yeah, we're in Ballarat, passing through Ballarat, and this is the entrance to the Memorial Park. Quite significant in Australian history, especially Victorian history. Eureka Stockade is part of Australian history. On December 3rd, 1854, a Sunday morning, gold miners, soldiers, heroic pioneers who fought and fell on this sacred spot in the cause of liberty, and the soldiers who fell at duty's call. This is where it happened. No, they just had some kiddies jumping around and climbing all over the bloody thing. You know, there's big cannons. I don't know if they would have been used. God. They're massive. 1861, these cannons. So 1860. (1861). You know, this was in 1854, so these cannons weren't even being in existence, so they wouldn't have been here. Yeah, but over there is home of the Eureka flag. This is the pikeman's dog, sat by his owner who had died, and all these spikes represent the settlers, the diggers who died here, the miners who died here. Have a look at this rock. Didn't say anything about a rock in the book. There's a memorial walk as well. I've got half an hour to kill. So here we go. Remarkably, a significant event in Australia's history. This is a remembrance walk. Got in front of us a Southern Cross flying in the sun, capturing our beautiful wind. We swear by the Southern Cross to stand truly by each other and fight to defend our rights and liberties. Unfortunately, the flag nowadays is taken into different context. You know, it's held in regard by outlaw motorcycle gangs who liken themselves to Edmund McGlynn and Samuel Green, along with Patrick Gittins, you know, against the rule. Now, 35 men are known to have died because of the events occurred at the stockade. Yeah, what a tranquil place. What a beautiful place. So much history. You know, we've gone through Tassie and seen so much history there. And Ballarat is probably one of the birthplaces for Victorian history. You know, truly magnificent. Here we are at Clunes. Now, it may be familiar to some people. Old servo. A heap of quackers lined up here. Now this is iconic. Oh yeah. Oi. And I'm pretty sure the old hot rod was in that corner in the movie. The creek's dry. Oh no, here it's manky. Look. The station was way up the road. It was nowhere near the town. As in the movie makes it out to be right next to the garage. But it was a fair way up the road. But we're going to cut across through Dalesford and go to Heathcote. Go see some dear friends. Central Victoria. Tell you what, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here at Ngambie, we're in central Victoria. Nearly 200 kilometres out of Melbourne. Not far from Shepparton. In front of us is a statue of Black Caviar. It's a legendary racecourse in Australia. Behind it is the Ngambie Lakes. With 15 Group 1 victories. It's unbeatable. You know, some people made a lot of money on this horse. I just pulled up. It was starting to rain. It actually pissed down, so I was having a bit of a break. This is the Calder Woodburn Memorial. The row of trees were planted. Dedicated to the district men and women who lost their lives during World War II and all those who served. Double Avenue, there's not many, so to be out there along the highway here, there's 9 species of eucalypts planted. Yeah, there's history all around. Oh well, I'm going to keep moving. Might pull up the road and grab a coffee. I've still got a bit over an hour until I get to Cobram. So. Well, I've just filled up. I spent 3 days in Tumut. It's been great. And I'll make my way home. You ever get a chance to come to Tumut, stop in here to the Tumut River Brewing Company. It is fantastic. They're lovely drinks, brew it all on site, and the food, you know, it's always good. Always. A wide selection, great pizzas. There's a really good atmosphere. Generally they've got entertainment on. The entertainment's always fantastic. I'm going to make my way up to Nyngan in the Shire of Bogan and see the big Bogan. I'll pass through Young, get the big Cherry, because we've got big things. And I'm going to head up through Lightning Ridge, up through the centre of Queensland. I should be home Friday. It's Sunday now. If I'm not home by Friday, there's something wrong. You know, it's cold. We're base of the snowy mountains. The Kosciuszko's not far. You know, you go over the hills, you're at Canberra. That's got to be the coldest place in the world. You know, and head up to Cooma from there, or head across from here. I'm going to zip through Gundagai. Getting some weird looks. I don't know whether it's the bike or it's the haircut. Antique Centre, it's always got lovely stock in there. $2.09. Cheapest I've seen fuel for ages. We're at Grenfell. It's a great little spot. The birthplace of Henry Lawson. Another bit of silo art. These are scattered all around the highways and byways. What's that? The Bogan Way. And how Australian is that? We are travelling on the Bogan Way. At a little town called Bogan Gate is the Memorial Park. 25 pounder. That's lovely. Looked after. 1942 to 1991. Bogan Gate Supply Company. Wow. That's lovely. Vietnam, World War II, Roll of Honour. Touched so many people, eh? World marker. Oh, there's a bit of controversy at the moment. Shoot straight, you bastards. He worked, played and wrote in this area. Wow. There was a sign the other side of town and a sign this side of town saying the Bogan Gate. I want to see it. Here we go, this must be it. The Bogan Gate. This is the Bogan Gate. Bogan means the birthplace of a notable headsman of an Aboriginal tribe. A gate was located here on the boundary fence between cattle through the gate following a stock route heading north to grazing runs. Well, the things you see along the Bogan Way. Apparently a Bogan River too. Trundle on the Bogan Way. Trundle Post Office. Oh look, the Trundle Hotel. Trundle on into the Trundle Hotel. If you're downright disgusted and life ain't worth a dime, my girl with faraway eyes. There's so many silos in these small towns. You know, they're just waiting to be painted on. They're just waiting to have an artist come and put a picture on there. This is real old school out here. So I've noticed the railway line is sandbagged. It's not concrete pipes. That's what I was talking about. Sandbags. Old school shit. Concrete made from sandbags. Here we are at Tullamore, another town of the Bogan Way. Somehow I think I've bent my fucking front wheel. I had it parked on an angle and the bike went down. And a truckie pulled up and gave me a hand to lift it up. And I think when we straightened her up, front wheel might have come offline. We just went through Tottenham. It's the centre of New South Wales. We've done well. I'm going to see if I can straighten this up. Take this jacket off. Might even take this jumper off. Bear with me. I just went past the Cairns centre of New South Wales. It was 34 k's off the track. Considering the amount of daylight I've got left, I want to stop at the Bogan, and then I've got another 20 minutes past it to get to the night lock. So I want to set up with a little bit of light. I find a spot in the light, so I didn't fancy doing 68 k's and then continuing on. So plus there's heaps of roos on the road already. I've just got to be really vigilant and going along. Just be careful. Well, welcome to Nyngan. This is the home of the Big Bogan. There's a few other things here. We're just going to get some fuel and see the Big Bogan. It's just like Rockhampton. Look at that big cow. This is the Big Bogan. Look at that. And Rusty the dog. He's even got Nesky. He's got a mullet. Got a Southern Cross tattoo. Rusty's probably a Kelpie or a healer. Yeah. Wow. That's all right. Well, we're lucky tonight. We got here just in time to collect some firewood. Had a pretty good day. We're at Duck Creek, about 26 k's north of Nyngan. Been able to make a fire, and I'm going to make a brew. This fire is great. I hardly ever light a fire, but watching the outdoor boys, brilliant. Luke has built up a really good channel. It's really fun to watch. Really pleasant and easy to watch. And the fire is good because it's blowing this way. Smoke is getting rid of the insects. And I haven't seen any insects, which is good. Got some more coffee. Got myself some egg noodles. I got a laksa and tin of tuna. That'll make a nice soup. Just gonna make a brew. Get to use my keep them together cup. Yeti. Now I don't know if you can light a fire here, but I really don't care. Tomorrow, I'm gonna head north and cross the border tomorrow. Alright, that's the end of the day. I'm gonna have a brew and chill around my fire. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. There's more adventure here than the Leyland brothers. First emu for the trip.
Yeah, the beat starts thumping.
A historic site along the way.
Gotta keep them together.
A little stop. And there's no map available. Rob, you two keep them together. Thank you for preserving history. Cheers.